my mama raised a soldier. I ain't had shit, yeah, I'm going bad shit. I'm a part of the madness. Have you niggas look, you know I'm spitting that crack bitch. Red dot beam, have you disappearing like magic. My mama raised a soldier, why I ain't had shit. Yeah, I'm going bad shit, I'm a part of the madness. Have you niggas look, you know I'm spitting that crack bitch. Red dot beam, have you disappearing like...
Yup, it's your boy Smokes YT, aka Soakman, aka Milkman. We back with a coaching video. Now look, today we gonna look for some coaches, and we know Brett Brown did get fired. He got booted out of Philly. So yo, we gonna look for some new coaches today. We gonna see who the coaching candidates for the Sixers is, and let's get right into this video. Y'all like and subscribe, yo. But my honorable mentions is Becky Hammon, Mike Brown, and Alvin Gentry. The first person we're going to start off with is Becky Hammon, the former assistant coach for the Spurs. Their coaching record was 0-0. Positives is basketball experience, her basketball IQ, and her player development, but her negatives is coaching experience. I wouldn't mind Becky Hammon, but she comes from that Greg Popovich tree, so I don't know. But yo, I wouldn't mind Becky Hammon on this team. But next up we have Mike Brown, who is the second coach on his list who won Coach of the Year. His positives, he has championship experience. He coached stars in this league. He's a defensive-minded coach, but his negatives is on the offensive end. Now, Mike Brown is a very good candidate for this team. I just wouldn't want him. I mean, he is a guy who has finals experience. He lost in the finals, but I just wouldn't want Mike Brown on his team. But next up, we have Brett Brown 2.6, Alvin Gentry, who his positives is mostly offense, his fast-paced offense, but his negatives is coaching adjustments, his lineup rotations, and his oh Lord. Just know Alvin Gentry is a guy we should stay far away from. But yo, these are the honorable mentions. I either have Becky Hammon or Mike Brown, but Alvin Gentry is a no-go. But the first coach up, we have Mike D'Antoni. He's an offensive-minded coach, but his negatives doesn't play young talent and his lack of defense. He is a two-time coach of the year. Mike D'Antoni will simply not fill in his team. If he comes to this team, Embiid just has to go. I'm just saying it right now. He has to go if he's coming on his team. Next up, we have Ime Udoka, who is positives on-court adjustments, his basketball experience, but his negatives is lack of head coach experience. Now, I wouldn't mind Ime Udoka. He could be a safe choice for us, but his lack of head coach experience could be the factor. But he could be like most of our head coaches we had in the past, our assistant coaches like Lloyd Pierce, Monty Williams, and etc., man. I want to see. But next up, we have Stan Van Gundy, which his positives is a big impact on centers, his finals experience, he's intense, but he hasn't coached in years. But yo, Stan Van Gundy is the guy I want. He coached Dwight Howard, and he made Dwight Howard one of the best centers in the league. So what do you think he cannot do for Joel Embiid? He will make Joel Embiid dominant, plain up dominant, 30 points per game dominant. And for you Tobias lovers, he will make him look pretty good too. So I would like Steve Van Gundy on his team, bro. But next up we have Jason Kidd, who his positives is elite recruiting. He has basketball experience, but his negatives is winning percentage, and he has poor spacing. Now, Jason Kidd was a guy who popularized the tall ball lineup, which you saw with our team. And Jason Kidd is a guy who I believe can probably develop Ben Simmons like he did with Giannis Antetokounmpo, and can probably up Shake Milton's game a little bit. But yo, next up we have Kenny Atkinson with his positives, his player development, his defensive schemes, his offensive schemes, his in-game situations, his negatives. Now Kenny Atkinson is another guy in my top 3 who guys we should pursue, because this man is very intense. He's a guy who can develop players, and he developed D'Angelo Russell to a scorer he is today. Look, but he could probably do the same for Shake Milton. But yo, let's see. But next up we have Tyronn Lue. His positives is his offensive scheme. He has finals experience. He has intensity, but his negatives is his defensive scheme. And still has the LeBron tag. But he's the only coach that we have today that has a championship under his belt. But he still has the LeBron tag on him. But this is a coach with discipline, and I will think he will make Ben Simmons shoot the thing. He will make Ben Simmons spray from 3. And he's bringing on a veteran point guard in Shawnee Billups as a assistant coach. But next up, we have Billy Donovan with his positives, his offensive scheme, finals experience, and his ball mood, but his negatives is not the best on play calling on timeouts. He just coached this Chris Paul-led Thunder team, who we did not expect to make the playoffs, but he did get Coach of the Year candidates. I wouldn't mind Billy Donovan. But next up, we have Mark Jackson, which he's a defensive-minded coach. He has discipline, basketball experience, but his negatives, he has organization issues, and he's not that creative on offense. But yo, Mark Jackson will make a culture change if he comes to the Sixers. He did that for the Warriors. He will make this team one of the top defensive teams in this league. I wouldn't mind Mark Jackson. Now, you have coaches like David Yoger, who another guy who I really would stay away from. And you have Nate McMillan, who's one of those defensive-minded coaches. Is another guy I'll stay away from, but I wouldn't mind Nate McMillan at least. Hey, yo, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know which coach do y'all want. And y'all let me know down in the comments, yo. I'm about to do a trading video next. Being Boy Smokes YT, and we out.
So I'm guessing I'm your pops too. Wait, she cock back and she mop up, so I pop up, rock her socks off. And your bitch be having my cocks off. She was lying by saying the top hard. Now she on the viz. That is not hard. So what you be talking about? What you need, some walk hard?